welcome back to another episode or edition of Generally Divided.
We are a YouTube or podcast channel that talks about everyday topics, movies, genres, books, games, pretty much everything. And we just bring it together from two different points of views.
Two different generations.
Gen X and Gen Z, or Gen Z and Gen X.
Or
backwards.
Gen Z and Gen X.
I have my Gen Z's backwards.
Let's get it right there. Well, thank you all for subscribing, for liking, for commenting on our videos so far. We really appreciate the feedback. We see you, we hear you, and we enjoy that. Continue to do so. So today's topic, or the topic of the day, or this edition or episode, is going to be the movie or the performance of. Let's just go with that. Let's go with Andrew Garfield and his performances, especially in the movie, his most recent performance in Tick, Tick, Boom, which you can see on Netflix. Let's start with you, Gen Z guy. How was it?
That movie, that movie, Tick, Tick, Boom, was absolutely amazing. In my opinion, it's one of Andrew Garfield's best performance. He just really embodies the character. He really brings it to life.
Wait, you say the character. Okay, now, for those who don't know what Tick, Tick, Boom is,
I have to introduce him too.
Andrew Garfield plays the role of Jonathan Larson, a real life person who is a playwright, I guess you'll call him, musical theater. He famously wrote the musical Rent, which is also was made into a movie. Of course, Rent. Unfortunately, Jonathan Larson passed away the night before Rent debuted on Off-Broadway, so he was unable to see his the accumulation of his life's work. And of course, Rent went on to win all the awards for Broadway, the Tonys and whatnot, and of course is a major motion picture success. It's one of my favorite movies. I have yet to see the live production of it, but I plan to hopefully be able to do that soon. It is just a fascinating story. I remember when it first came out, I bought the musical soundtrack to it and listened to it on repeat. So I knew all the songs. So when I saw the movie, I was like, I know this. Awesome. Oh, yeah. But we're not talking about Rent. We're talking about Tick, Tick, Boom. So now you can continue.
Sorry, he had to introduce the main character. With this movie, he brings it to life. He makes it so that when you're seeing the movie, you're seeing not a bunch of actors. You're not seeing a bunch of sets. You're seeing someone's life and the way that they felt and the way that they saw things going on around them, their goals, their dreams. And it was just completely embodied. In my opinion, Andrew Garfield has done amazing movies, such as The Amazing Spider-Man, Hacksaw Ridge, and a bunch of others that I can't think of at the top of my head. But he has amazing movies. I loved all his movies. They were great movies. But this movie, Tick, Tick, Boom, best performance he's ever had. This right here is his best performance, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Andrew Garfield was fantastic as Jonathan Larson. He really embodied, and he became Jonathan Larson. And it's funny because I was reading an article that said that when Jonathan Larson and the director, Lin-Manuel Miranda, they have a mutual friend in a chiropractor massage specialist. And one day, Lin-Manuel Miranda asked this mutual friend of both of theirs, can Andrew Garfield sing? So the massage therapist didn't hesitate. He said yes. Of course, it was a lie because he had no idea. So immediately after finishing up with Lin-Manuel Miranda, he calls Andrew Garfield, hey man, can you sing? And Andrew Garfield at the time was on a Broadway stage play. And could he sing? Mm-hmm. He wasn't the greatest, he'll admit to that. But he, of course, after he landed the role and he went to vocal productions and vocal classes. And of course, now in Tick, Tick, Boom, he is phenomenal, both vocally and acting wise and everything. So that's just a fun little story that I read about his road to becoming Jonathan Larson. Another little fun bit, which I told you about with his t-shirt. So one of Jonathan Larson's, I think it was his friend or or she was his friend, or they had some capacity of Jonathan Larson, the person who we spoke about, and she had kept one of his T-shirts or something like that for XYZ reason. But when Andrew Garfield met with her to get a better sense of what the person Jonathan Larson was like, she gave him the shirt and he wears it in Tick, Tick, Boom. So it's just really cool, just fascinating, little tidbits like that. But like you said, his other performances, just great. He is an underrated actor. I think he doesn't get, even though he was nominated for Best Actor for both Tick, Tick, Boom and for Hacksaw Ridge, which you said, he still seems like he flies under the radar, and it's weird. Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I think it's just because there's a great big sea of actors right now. There's a lot of actors that are just renowned for their roles, and especially movies owned by Marvel and Disney and stuff like that. There's a lot of really amazing actors. And I think in just that tidal wave of actors, he's kind of just overshadowed shadowed a little bit. But with this newest movie, Tick, Tick, Boom, and with this acting performance in Spider-Man No Way Home, I really feel he's coming up. I feel he's becoming more well-known. There's a lot more people that know him. I mean, even my sisters know Andrew Garfield now. I think he's one of their favorite Spider-Man versions.
Well, if you think about it, what a year he had last year, right? So he was in 3 movies that were huge successes, at least in our eyes. So there was Tick, Tick, Boom, Spider-Man No Way Home, and The Eyes of Tammy Faye, where he was just phenomenal. And I thought he was going to be nominated for multiple times just because of his performance in that. Now, let me get the exact character he played in there. I think it was Jim Baker, of course, the famed or infamous televangelist Jim Baker. And he did a phenomenal job of transforming into that character as well. So, Andrew Garfield, if you're listening, if you're watching, thank you for all that you're doing. Keep it up. Keep up the great work. We look forward to seeing, hopefully, maybe even another amazing Spider-Man movie. I mean, why not? Tobey Maguire got 3. Tom Holland got 3. You deserve your 3rd one. What else about Tick, Tick, Boom do you want to say?
Well, if you haven't watched it, one thing you might want to do before watching it is going back and watching Rent, because there is a lot of callbacks to it. There's a lot of nods to everything from that and everything that it was supposed to be for the main character, what he aspired to be. And it really does tie in. It really does tie into the whole universe. It's kind of like just one big storyline. But it is a musical. There is musical elements to it.
They're singing in it.
They're singing in it. So if you're not a fan of singing, I will tell you this. I'm not a huge fan of musical movies. I'm not. There are only a very few movies I like that are actually have songs in them. And this is one of them. This is just an amazing movie. The music fits right in with the actual elements of the movie. I feel the movie could be great without the music and with the music. It has just that level of power. It's very moving. It's very deep and emotional. There's a lot of connections between the characters and the actors. And I really feel that the actors felt real. Like they felt a real tie to the characters that they were portraying. And I think you can feel that through the screen too. I think as you're watching, you'll be able to feel that as well. I mean, at least that's what I felt. I felt their connections, their emotions. It was very real and very strong.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Lin-Manuel Miranda, the director of Tick, Tick, Boom. This was his directorial debut. And of course, he's written Hamilton, the world famous stage production of Hamilton, which also got released as a live stage movie production on Disney Plus 2 years ago now, I think. But he also does he's written songs for Moana and Encanto, numerous others, and the list just goes on. He also did In the Heights, and it's just his directorial debut to be this much of a success, I think is just amazing. And hopefully he will finally win a Oscar this year for his song Dos Abroguitas in Encanto. That way he can become an EGOT, which is an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony winner. There's very few of those people out there. So hopefully this will be his year to get it. But he is just another creative genius. I am like one of his biggest fans. I love all of his work. And Lin-Manuel, if you're watching, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you for Encanto.
We don't talk about Bruno, which is your favorite song.
Yes, I hear it 24/7. It is on repeat.
You see, you've converted a non-musical guy into a musical guy, so thank you for that. I think if you haven't watched Tick Tick Boom or The Eyes of Tammy Faye or Spider-Man No Way Home, of course, who hasn't watched that, right? But if you haven't seen Andrew Garfield's performance this year, go back and watch one of those three. Or if you want, go back and watch Hacksaw Ridge or any of his other previous work and just enjoy that. I mean, go back and watch The Amazing Spider-Man. Why not? It's just, I really, like, I'll say this. When Hacksaw Ridge came out and I watched it, it was a great movie. I didn't know that was Andrew Garfield. I didn't recognize him. I mean, I had remembered seeing him from the Amazing Spider-Man movies. And then for him to transition his body for Hacksaw Ridge, that was crazy. That was just, wow, phenomenal. But I don't know, is that a healthy thing for actors to do?
Well, which one came first, Hacksaw Ridge or Amazing Spider-Man?
Amazing Spider-Man, I believe, came first, if you think. So Hacksaw Ridge came out in 2016 or 2017, and the Amazing Spider-Man movies, I think, were how much earlier? 2014 and 2012.
So he went from his really muscular physique, his really toned physique, to a lot skinnier, a lot scrawnier. Because he did look a lot younger in Hacksaw Ridge. In my opinion, he looked really young. He looked really just kind of like skinny, just how normal average guy looks.
No, I think when I see, and I think Hacksaw Ridge, and I'll let you guys go look up a picture of Andrew Garfield and Hacksaw Ridge, but he looked like, just to make a comparison, Steve Rogers did before he got the superhuman serum added to him. That scrawny little guy, right? And then of course in the movie, his call into his higher power is what gives him the strength to rescue all those soldiers from the war zone. So it's an amazing performance, and like I said, he was unrecognizable to me.
He played Captain America before Captain America.
I guess so. In a different universe.
Different multiverse captain.
But yeah, it's just great. So we'll end it with this, asking you a question like we always do. What was your favorite Andrew Garfield performance to date?
And let us know in the comments.
Yeah, just
definitely. We want
to get right in there. We want to know. But don't yell at us. You can yell at us all you want. Just let us know what your favorite Andrew Garfield performance was, and we look forward to chatting with you all next time. So, see you guys.